Allison, do you want to do MTE demo?
So this is an MTE timed entry event, and you can see it's using Website Builder. It's pretty nicely laid out and designed. The first thing you'll notice here is a calendar, and this is a dynamic calendar. It's showing which dates you're open, and this will take you into the purchase path. One of the really nice things about this is it is connected to everything that's happening in your event. So if you sell out a night, like all the tickets are sold for the tickets that are available, it's going to display as sold out. And if you remember seeing some of the screenshots of the holiday trolley case study, they had multiple nights that were sold out across all their locations. The other way that you can show a calendar is this big calendar. And this is a great project that Dewey and Darren have been working on. And what this does is it kind of combines your ability to have a different display of that dynamic MTE data showing the dates that you're open, the price ranges, the times that you're open each night, but it's combined with the ability to do custom design overrides. And so you'll see here that we're marking the regular nights in orange, and we've got Fridays in green and Saturday in black, and then a special night for Halloween. Again, this is clickable and takes you into the purchase path. And one thing that you'll notice is when I condense it down to a mobile view, those color schemes like still get maintained. And then you click here and you see that highlight and information, and you can go into the purchase path there. One of the things that we noticed in the Haunt vertical is a lot of these websites have like a screenshot of a calendar. And that does end up having some limitations because that's probably going to change. So you might add some hours, you might have to cancel a night because it rains. All sorts of things that can happen. And I think that really emphasizes the power of having this connected to all of your event data and everything that's happening, because you're not having to go and update it constantly. This is always going to be accurate and up to date. So we go into the purchase path and we can buy tickets. And you can see here that you can pick your date up here, and then you can pick your ticket type and your time slot. And again, you're seeing that dynamic data come in of which dates are available, and then we're seeing how many tickets are left, as well as which time slots are already sold out. And this purchase path is really optimized to make it informative and easy for people to buy tickets, right? Like if they have a family of 4, they're probably not going to buy the time slot where there are only 3 tickets left. And everything from like the quantity selectors to how these time slots are designed, it's optimized so that people can easily select how many tickets they want and what time they want to come on their phones. If you don't like this layout, it's flexible. So we can quickly update this, and all these changes are going to happen in real time. So we can actually show a calendar picker, and we give you some customizations of how that can get displayed. And then we're going to change this into simple time slots. We refresh this and we've got a completely different view. And now we've got the ability to pick our time slot first. And again, you're seeing that data roll up to the time slot of how many tickets are left. And we click in here to here, and we're seeing which tickets are available and how many are left. It will also show us the sold out statuses for these tickets. And so we've got this calendar-driven attendee experience where they're able to find information about your event in an organized calendar format on the website. And then you can take them into a completely customizable and calendar-driven purchase path so that they're able to easily figure out which date they're going to come and which tickets and times are going to work for them. So let's come into the back end. And let's go to this new schedule. This is a project that Andrew was working on, and we just came out with it. This schedule is giving you some friendly data that is like getting rolled up across your event. And so it's showing you which dates you're open, what the time range is that you're open, which ticket types are available for sale. And if there's purchase data, it's going to show how many were purchased. So you can see here on October 9th, I've done a fair amount of test transactions. And you can come dig into here. And now we're in October 9th, and we see a more detailed breakdown of our data. The big update is that we've added these action items here from the schedule. So rather than having to like navigate to all these different places in your dashboard to update your pricing, update your caps, add time slots, you're able to seamlessly navigate across these different event management options from this one schedule. And so when we go to dates and time slots, you'll see that that got stuck on the 9th because that's the date that we had drilled into from the schedule. And similarly, if we want to go update the caps, that goes to the 9th. And so you get this very intuitive and powerful way to update and manage your event without having to really navigate anywhere across the dashboard. And this is kind of one of Andrew's big visions that he introduced to us. And ultimately, we want to make this even more advanced and like a single app type of feel. But I think that like introducing this as a first version is so powerful because it makes it so simple for you to actually manage your own event. You're not having to ask for help. You're not having to go to multiple places to update things. You're doing all of your updates from a really easy and intuitive interface where you can come in here and we can update the pricing for the VIP tickets and we see which time slots we're overriding. And like, let's just say we want to bump up the price to $50 for this night. Let's add an additional sales window. So we're going to set the price to increase on June 23rd. And then we're going to bump up the price again to $55. And we're going to let that price stay the same until 15 minutes after a time slot starts. So that means that the sales window will close at 5:15 for this 5 p.m. time slot. It'll close at 6 p.m. for this 5:45 time slot, 6:45 for 6:30, etc. And so you've got this combination of like our price increases and sales windows that we've got in all of our other products like tickets and registration. But we also have this concept of a rolling sales window where we can set flexible, start and end times based on when the time slot is actually occurring. We can make that as an update here. And you'll see that's been updated here on the VIP ticket. Now we show that the new price range is $50 to $55. And right now it's on sale for $50. And again, you're just able to kind of go across these things. We can zoom out to the month view. If we go to pricing in the month view, it's going to stay on that month and show us the month view for pricing. And so I think this is just such a powerful way to really consolidate all this calendar functionality around your event management capabilities. So the next bucket that I like to talk about, so we've kind of gone through the calendar-based attendee experience of how they're like viewing the website, how they're purchasing their tickets. We've got this calendar-based event management where you can like seamlessly update all of your event settings from these calendar views that give you an informative set of data to make decisions off of. The next thing that we're kind of introducing calendars into and calendar concepts is attendee management. And part of this is what Andrew is going to be working on next. And it's what Rich kind of started, and I'll show you in a minute how we're kind of selecting this. But the next concept that we're introducing is we're going to add another button up here that says attendee actions. And what that's going to let you do is take actions on multiple time slots and ticket types on a specific day. And so right now, out of the bat, that's going to be like send an email, which we had that functionality today. It's just not in this view. The next one that we're going to be introducing is cancel. And so you're going to be able to choose when you want to cancel a date. You can select everything. And we'll be able to go to a continue screen, and then we're going to have actions. And so whatever you selected is going to get carried over into these different actions that you're able to take. And that's kind of the concept that Rich introduced and what Andrew is going to bring into our schedule and our ability to do these actions on tickets. And I think this is such a powerful selling point. Like rather than doing a bunch of things in a bunch of different places and having a lot of overhead to manage your event, we're giving directors just this like super smooth way to seamlessly communicate with their attendees, make any updates. And then what we're also going to do when we introduce that concept of like cancel, for example, is Darren and Dewey are going to come back and we're going to add a new status to this calendar. And so when you hit that cancel button, it's going to show this night as canceled. And like, it's just connecting all these different things rather than you having to go to like 8 different places. And you think about the complexities of managing these like high volume outdoor type of events. The amount of time and customers like service overhead we can save is just truly a powerful selling point. The other feature that we've introduced is email. And so right now, the email capability for emailing a specific day or a specific time slot is in this dates and time slots. And Andrew's going to move that into the attendee actions. But you can see how it's working here. So what you're able to do is you can come in here and you can email all time slots for October 2nd, or I can email all the general time slots. And when I click that, what you'll see in the URL is something called MTE selection. And what that's doing is it's selecting the date and the tickets that we've chosen to email. And here our recipients are the ticket purchasers for October 2nd. And you can come into here and I can include the VIP ticket holders if I want to. So we've got that bit of flexibility. But then you think about that whole like cancellation process and like how seamless we've made that of like, oh, here's a date cancellation, pre-built email. Like you don't even have to create it yourself. Like we can just automatically kind of set that up for you, which is super powerful. And then this process of how we're selecting the time slots and the ticket types selected is getting carried over into here. And then similarly, if you click onto here, like a specific time slot to email, this is a bit of a workaround for right now. But what you can do is you can actually get pretty granular. And I can also include the 5:45 time slot here. This is not beautiful. And one of the reasons that we like these day views that we've been populating everywhere is because it's very easy to visualize and like see exactly what you're selecting. But that capability to select across like different time slots and ticket types exists today and will be more efficient in bringing that over into other pieces of the product. So that email capability is super powerful and very cool. The other thing that we've introduced is the automated email. So what this is doing is it's sending a pre-event email. So if I have a ticket for October 9th, this logic means that I'm going to get the pre-event email on October 8th at 2 p.m. And that pre-event email, like a lot of people are still using this template, but it's just including that ticket purchase QR code, your purchase summary, and your name, and then like any additional event information that you want to add. Once again, they're taking like, you can take a pre-built email and just add your own custom content to it. It's just super fast. And then that's going out on that regularly scheduled basis. And what Rich is in the process of doing right now is adding this for post-event email. And so like that could be a simple thank you. It could be a cross-sell to promote the other events that are going on. Could be a link to a survey. Over time, that's going to evolve because we'll go into other verticals that have different use cases for these types of communications. So it's just really, really powerful and very nice to see customers already starting to use that automated email. The other piece that I will talk about in a bit, but we'll show briefly, is that we do have ticket transfers for MTE. And again, like this is another calendar-based logic that we've put into the product. So you'll see here that that concept of a rolling window is also applied to our transfers. So we kind of saw that in the pricing with the pricing windows. We saw that in the email with how you can schedule emails, and then we see it here. So this is saying that you can move your ticket up until 1 day before your time slot begins. And we have some basic rules here. There's a lot more functionality that we're going to be adding to ticket transfers. The final thing is reports, and Justice has really done a great job in bringing this calendar view into a lot of different reports. This is the caps actually, but we'll just quickly go and re-show some of these other ones. We've got the ticket date summary report, which is showing how many tickets are sold for each date. We have the date of purchase report, which we have introduced to all ticket events. So any ticket event can view their entire like sales history in this friendly calendar view. And you can click into here and you get a breakdown per ticket. You're able to easily see what are your trends in terms of when are people buying tickets, and there's an export here. The other nice thing that we did add is check-ins by date report. The team did a fantastic job on putting in the stats for MTE events. So you're able to pick the date that you want to look at, or like today, and you can swipe across your different ticket types and scroll up and down to see how many tickets are checked in. We know that a lot of our customers also like to be able to look at real-time stats when they're actually at the event. So this functions a little bit differently. It has like a URL. So you can just stick on this page if you're on site at that event and just refresh this page. And what it's showing you is like a roll up for the entire date. It's showing you the percent checked in by ticket type, and then it's showing you by time slot and ticket type. So you can just continue to refresh this page all night. It's very friendly and visual, again, like following that same pattern, but with a slightly different functionality because we just want to make it easy for people to see what's going on in a particular night. And then a really nice update that just came out is this new insights view for MTE events. It's showing how many tickets have been sold for each night of the event. So rather than just showing like, you know, the amount sold per ticket type, we're actually putting that into, again, like a friendly calendar view. And you can click into here. You can see how many are sold per ticket type. And you can actually dig into a breakdown by time slot. And so we're just continuing to add this calendar. It's an impressive calendar to demo. And I think being able to have these different patterns carry over into different areas of the product, it becomes very consistent. And that makes the product very, like a calendar is just intuitive. But I think being able to have the same patterns in multiple places throughout the product, it just makes it more familiar. One last thing I wanted to say, actually, sorry. Product. I added this MTE timed entry page. This button goes into the timed entry wizard. So that is how you can access it. This page is organized with that type of logic I was talking about of calendar-based ticketing, purchase path, event management, attendee management, and reporting. So this is a good page. The other resource that I kind of like, even though it's a little bit silly, is this. These 4 blogs are the same 4 buckets of features, but they've got a little bit more content and information if you just want like a reminder to kind of lay it all out and dig into it. The only thing that's weird are the headings because I did it for the haunt show. And then we have, this is our first real solid MTE timed entry use case and customer story.
We've been building MTE for about 3 years. It's a huge investment in the part of the company, and it's so exciting to see that it's becoming real, to see customers starting to adopt it and to kind of envision our future with this. So it's one of the reasons why I wanted to kind of do this checkpoint, because things have been changing so rapidly on MTE that, and we've been talking about it for 3 years, but to see it be so nice and so real, it's very cool.